Hello engineers, कैसे हो आप सब? Hopefully you are well. I'm also fine. So now we are discussing about the Java methods. Methods, as already I discussed in the previous video, just like a function, or we just reducing the code or reusing a code. So we use the methods, or we perform if we want to perform a specific task to use methods. Method in a Java or method of the Java is the collection of statement that perform some specific task and return the result to the caller. A Java method can perform some specific task without returning anything. Okay, because we can use int or return type int. Void is not return type, does not return anything. So that's why it's mentioned like a specific task without returning anything. Java method allows to reuse the code without retyping the code. Exactly. We have no need to type same thing again. So we can call directly a function or perform a task. In Java, every method must be part of the some class that is different from the languages. Okay. So now what is the it's depend on the C language user the C++, Python is the using the different. You know well, hopefully you know well. A method is like a function, okay, used to expose the behavior of the object. ये object के behavior को expose करता है. Used to expose the behavior of the object. It is a set of code that perform a particular task. What is the syntax? Syntax is the access modifier, return type, method name, and list of parameter. So how you can see in program, let's suppose access modifier is what? Public, private, default, uh, protected. This four kind of the modifier. So what we can do, public int, name is let's suppose test, and parameter consider is like that, and we can write also in that manner like public int test, and take this one int a comma int b, list of parameters, and then provide the body and use these parameters. Okay, then is the advantage of the method. What exactly advantage? What exactly advantage? Advantage of the method is the code is reusability, code optimization. Note, method are the time saver and help us to reuse the code without retyping the code. Exactly. Method declares. In the general, method declares have the C6 component. Modifier, yes, already I discussed, is define the access type of method from where it can be accessed in your applications or in your code. Public, it is accessible in the all classes. Protected is accessible within the class in which define in its subclass also. Protected is accessible within the class and subclass also. Private is accessible only within the class which it is defined. uh, it is accessible only within class where it is defined, it is defined. Default is accessible without using any modifier. Default is accessible without using any modifier. It is accessible within the same class and package. It is accessible within same class and package. It is optional also. Return type indicating the data type of the value returned by the method, or void if does not return any value. It is a mandatory in syntax. Method name, rules of field name apply to method name as well as, but the convention it is a little different. It is the mandatory syntax. Parameter like comma separate list of input parameters defined, proceed by their data type within the enclosed parenthesis. If there are no parameters, you must use empathy parenthesis. It is the optional in syntax. Exception list. The exception you expect by the method can throw. You can specify these exception. It is optional in syntax. Method body. It is the enclosed within braces. It is the enclosed within the braces like that. Yes, in that. In braces, the code you need to execute it to perform your intended operation is optional in syntax. Method in Java. Type of predefined methods or user-defined methods. Predefined method, the already defined method Java class library is known as predefined methods. It is also known as standard library methods or built-in methods. You can directly use these methods just by calling them in the program at any point. User defined, why the user program is known as user defined method. What is declared by the user or programmer? It is the user defined. Let's see. Instance method. Instance method is like we are using a method um, immediately within a class, that is called the instant method. Access instant data using object name declaring inside a class, that is called the instance method. Static method is like declaring inside class with static keyword. Access the static data using class name. Accessing static data using class name declaring inside the class with keyword, static keyword. Method signature. Method signature, it consists of the method name. It consists of the method name and parameter list. Number of parameters, type of parameters, order of parameters, the return type and exception are not considered as part of it. So we have a lot of things we can discuss. Let's move on the code, and we will write. Let's go with the Eclipse. So now we will create a one another class for in the same. Simple, we will declare a class int add to variable. Equal to try equal to equal to मेथड को हमने उस क्लास के मेथड को कॉल कर लिया. ऐड मेथड टू ऐड न्यू ऐड टू वेरिएबल्स एंड it should be their method. then what will there println. Let's see guys what I did. They create one method where the method class and some the nothing is there. Simply class and create a method that provide the parameters in sum a plus b and return sum. Another class what I did add two methods. Next class what I did is the method and main method and call the another class and declare the method and initialize the variable and call this method in this. So hopefully it will work. See guys, it's working properly. 9. Enter of variable is 9. Okay, so it's a Java or method is not a big deal. Just we are using the methods and we can declare anywhere in the code. Got it my point? Hopefully you are getting my point and understanding. Please subscribe this channel and support this channel and I will upload a lot of videos. Thank you.